So what it is, it's called Stormy Martin is the author, and the book is The Power of the Praying Husband. So you can see here, I'm going to pull this over a little bit. She has, not just this book. She's done quite well, it seems, as an author. Kind of found something that she's pretty good at, it looks like. You got The Power of the Praying Parent, The Power of the Praying Husband. There's also a study guide for that book that accompanies it. The Power of the Praying Wife, and a number of other prayer books. So, Book of Prayer, yeah. And that's just on the first page of Google. So, I don't know, what do you guys think? Does she have the gift of intercession or what? I think she does. It's a pretty cool read because you can see that she kind of knows her way around when it comes to praying. That I would say she's good at it. And one of the reasons that she wrote the book in general was to help husbands, just become better. Just have kind of, it's almost in a sense she describes it as like a training or just as a way to to get better, just to improve in this area. As husbands, we know it's important, but sometimes the how to and the motivations and all the words, they sometimes don't come. So this is a great thing. And so let me get here. Ooh, this one. Yep. Yeah, I'll pull this over here and we'll check out. So this is the cover here. Power of the Praying Husband. Stormy Martin. Hey! Yeah, it's cool. So, what does it say up here on the top? 2 million copies sold. I picked this up 4 years ago, so they're doing well. I think if I didn't mention it before, she sold like 28 million copies in this series. So, apparently, other folks besides just me tend to find it useful. So let me get into why I like it so much, and I'll scroll down here. This is it, Stormy Martin. You can see title. You pick it up on Google. First copy came out in 2011. They did an update in 2014. So there's a lot out there that you can find. So here's the table of contents. I was a English literature major, and so whenever I grab a book, I just almost always go right to the table of contents, see where they're going and what they're going to be talking about. So as you can see here, they do some acknowledgments. A word from Michael, that's her husband. Which is cool because he weighs in on a lot of different things, kind of tells the story, or their story in some ways, from his perspective, and some of his stuff that he had going on even before they got married, which is one reason I really love this book, because they are pretty vulnerable about the low points in their relationship and the things they just struggle with as individuals. But anyway, yeah. So you can see, sorry there's these weird lines here. I don't know why it's like that on Google, but it is, whatever, no problem. Her husband, her spirit, she just does all these, they're kind of like short, you can, bite-sized kind of pieces where you can flip open this book and just, you can pick one of these and, out of the blue, or it may be something kind of on your mind where you're thinking about, this is something that I really want to zero in on. But you can see she has all these, her submission, her relationships, that's like her friends outside of the marriage, her beauty, her sexuality, some of the fears, purpose, and she goes on. Also, it's cool that there's at the end a prayer and study guide, and it lines up. So you'll see 21 weeks lines up with the 21 chapters. So you can kind of choose to do that, or you can just read through it as a normal book. Like I said, the chapters aren't that long, but it's cool because Michael weighs in sometimes, or they've invited other friends of theirs who some are like ministry folks and some are just not, they work normal jobs like real estate agents and things like that, but who have been married for 2 or 3 decades and have some good insights. And so it's cool because you get this, like, it's a dynamic book. I mean, you get Stormy's version of things, and she's great. She really is, because she ties in a lot of scriptures, and it's challenging and it's interesting. But then when these other voices come kind of and complement hers, it really, it holds my attention. I like it. Probably the biggest reason that it's been helpful to me is that what I've found is I've asked these people to help, pray with me week in and week out for the situation that I'm in, or that my wife, my covenant bride, and I are in, is that it just gets kind of stale. It gets kind of old. You kind of cover the main pieces, of just life before, just healing for anything that happened before, um, you know, we got together, or in your situation before you got together with your spouse, anything that happened during the marriage, anything that you didn't learn, that God would just be, good to them, that bless them, help them in life, help them prosper, help them know that they're loved, all these normal things. But then, I mean, after some time, it just gets a little bit like you don't know what else to say. And I've had people just make that comment, like, I mean, what do we say at this point anymore? And that's why this book is great, because it helps you continue to be that husband, or if you're reading these other ones, it helps you be that spouse that you want to be. Just because your spouse is on a business trip, or out of town, or on vacation, or on an outing or something, a retreat, or if you're in the middle of a separation, or sometimes folks have to live in different places for work or different reasons, health reasons, all kind of stuff. That you can still be doing your thing, growing as a spouse, blessing your husband or your wife, even though while geographically you might be separated. You can do it. And so that's what I like about it, is that you can continue to love your spouse in these ways, to grow in these areas, and I think it's really cool. I learned a lot because, like I said, she does touch on these things where, as a man, some of these things are not always apparent to me, and so hearing it from just another perspective on some of the things that wives and women struggle with, and what's hard, and how they see life, it's pretty cool. Anyways, so that's the book review in a nutshell. Then at the end of the day, it's not about reading these books. It's just about figuring out strategies to be obedient to what God has called you to, and to run toward the future that He has for you. So, all right, we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.